Hey guys, are we on? I'm checking the chat right now. Um, just checking with Lotta too to make sure everything is okay with me being on air. Okay, she says it is. Cool. So, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Is everybody excited for the weekend? And today I am doing my weekend astrology report once again. Um, Why is it not showing me the chat? Like, oh, okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm doing it on my phone. It's a lot easier. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. And do you guys got some good plans for the weekend or what? So I'm just going to talk about the astrological weather, of course, the cosmic weather, and tell you guys how to navigate through it and what's going on, how you guys going to be feeling this weekend based on, the transits and everything. Talk about some current events that match up with astrology. Sorry, that big old bright, that's like a wax melter thingy. Ooh, I don't want to blind you guys. But anyway, oh, spring break started. Hey, hey to the people on spring break, you lucky people. You guys get a break from school, from college, from high school, whatever you go to. That's pretty awesome. Is anybody going anywhere exciting for spring break this weekend? Work on the weekend, feel like a Capricorn. Ooh, yeah. Some of you guys work on the weekend, but you can still have an awesome weekend. So let's talk about the astrological weather. What's going on? How you guys can be feeling? What's the mood going to be like? And of course, when we talk about moods, we talk about the moon mostly. So I'm going to let you guys know what the moon's transits are going to be this weekend. We got actually a big one. We don't have an eclipse, so no worries there. But we do have, actually today, which is Friday, the moon is still in Leo. Leo is the sign of party time, excellent, woo, woo, woo. So, usually people tend to be in good spirits when the moon is in Leo, tend to want to do some things that are fun, tend to want to, dress up and fuss with their hair a little more. I was trying to do that and it didn't turn out very well, but maybe later on, since the moon's in Leo, I'll fix it up a little better. So yeah, making a big fuss about your hair, feeling like dressing up like you are stepping out onto the red carpet, even if you're just going to the store, that's kind of the mood of a Leo moon that we're under. On a negative side, when the moon is in Leo, some people tend to get a little more sassy, a little more entitled and a little more attitude all over the room, so try to keep that under control, especially if you are already like a sassy lioness or a fire sign. It may amp you up a little bit more since it's a fellow fire sign energy, which is good, to have positive energy and energy to do stuff, but energy that's a little too feisty can get you in some trouble sometimes if you're like, so just be careful with that moon in Leo. So what else is going on? So over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the moon's going to be in Virgo. So moon in Virgo is actually, it's like we shift from party time, excellent, woo, let's get out, let's get, fun and everything, do some fun stuff, to, hey, it's time to clean. This house is dirty. What's that dust over there? Oh my God, this house. These books need to be organized. Let me spend like 3 hours organizing this shelf. That's kind of the mood of the moon in Virgo, just being quite honest. It's not as fun unless you are a person that gets fun out of cleaning. Like me, I'm weird like that. I have 6th house energy. So I like the moon in Virgo. It is time to get organized, people, and then my family, I'll start cracking down on them. Like, come on, guys, we need to really like thoroughly clean this house. Thoroughly clean the house, disinfect it, okay, not just kind of straighten up. No, moon in Virgo is time to clean, like really clean. Okay. Like this stuff needs to be sparkling around here, you know? My dad actually, I don't know his rising sign, but I know he has Virgo in his chart heavy because weekends were always cleaning time for us, you know, and he was like, no, we were like, I would be like almost dying from breathing in all these chemicals from all these cleaners, you know what I mean? Because he wanted the house so spick and span and it had to be perfect. So yeah, that's kind of the energy of Moon in Virgo. You might be more amped towards organization in your world, not necessarily just cleaning the house, but you know, maybe getting your schedule organized. Maybe your dad has 6 planets in Virgo, Carmen. Oh my God, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Was your dad like a clean freak, you know, making you breathe in all those chemicals at 6 years old, cleaning the house? Just kidding, kind of. Anyhow, no, but yeah, besides cleaning, it's just organization. Like get your schedule together, pay more attention to your health because Virgo also rules the health, you know, the health, the daily routines that you have to take care of yourself. People may be wanting to start diets and stuff, especially because not only is the moon just transiting through Virgo, we are building up to a full moon in Virgo. And I'm pretty sure if you've actually looked out in the physical sky, even last night, that moon was pretty big and growing, you know, so we're growing a full moon in Virgo, so things are intensifying in Virgo types of ways. People may be a little bit more antsy, you know, because Virgo energy can be nervy, especially about things going right and things being perfect. So we may be, you know, inclined towards that type of thinking and feeling right now too. Yeah, I hear you, designing love. Sag doesn't care as much about cleaning as Virgo. Sag and Virgo square one another. They challenge one another. So Sag is like, I just want to be free. I want to play outside. Leave me alone. I don't care about the house. I care about out there. But anyway, oh, thanks, Sally. That's one of my favorite paintings too, and one of my biggest inspirations. Maybe I'll tell that story some other time. Two of my biggest inspirations behind me. Anyhow, this full moon that we have coming up, I'm not going to lie, it is a little intense, and I have to take a drink of coffee before I talk about that. Just pardon me one sec. So now, this isn't just a full moon in Virgo, right? It's at 22 degrees of Virgo. And the full moon is when the moon is in one sign and the sun is in the opposite sign that the moon is in. So it is an opposing energy, which can cause some friction. Okay. Yeah, this is very Scorpio rising, right? So the full moon does cause some friction. It brings things to a breaking point. It brings things to a final decision to be made about something. And, you know, just being quite honest, sometimes that's why people get a little more emotional around the full moon. They get kind of uptight. They get kind of like, okay, something's got to give. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. That's why full moons feel so intense. And so during this full moon, you know, there are some positive aspects. Like there's a positive aspect to Pluto. Pluto rules great transformation. It rules digging things from beneath the surface and bringing them out so that they can be addressed, you know, and healed. That is Pluto. Also, it's making a positive aspect. Wait, no, it's making a square. Wait, hold on. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Oh, it's making a square to Saturn. Yeah, it's making a challenging aspect to Saturn. That's a little bit of a rough conversation between the, you know, the luminaries and the planets is a square. But also, it's in opposition to the sun, and the sun is going to be in a conjunction with Chiron and also in a conjunction with Mercury. So what does all this nerdy technical stuff mean? So Chiron is an asteroid that's called the wounded healer. It is kind of an area of your life where it's a soft spot, where it's kind of like, you know, you've been wounded there before, and you can easily be wounded there again, time and time again throughout life. Current transiting Chiron, that's where we all have a sensitive spot as a collective in humanity. So it's in Pisces, okay? And Chiron in Pisces, you know, Chiron has been in Pisces for several years now, and it will be there for a few more years. So the issues, the wounds that we all have been dealing with as a collective have been Piscean themed, which are just a few examples. you know, some stuff I talked about in my eclipse in Pisces video that was a little touchy for some people. And some people were like, oh, that's so negative. But, you know, I have to be real and honest as an astrologer. I bring, you know, the weather reporter, do they only tell you about days when the sky is sunny? Or do they tell you about when it's raining too, you know, and when to wear the proper attire for a storm or a tsunami, you know what I mean? Or a tornado. Do they skip out on telling you about the tornadoes? Or do they give you flash flood warnings? You know what I mean? So that's kind of like, I am a cosmic weather reporter. So I will report things that are not always like, hey, everybody, the sun is shining. You know what I mean? I'm going to be very real and honest. So as a collective, Chiron being in Pisces, some of the wounds have been, you know, things like the negative, the darker side of the Piscean energy, which is like escapism, which is you know, like substance abuse, turning to substances for means of comfort and escape because you have an issue dealing with reality, okay? So Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, right? Virgo deals heavily with reality. Virgo is so immersed in reality. It's all about, you know, seeing what's around you in your physical environment and facing it head on. Virgo energy is the problem solver. They are the ultimate problem solvers of the zodiac. That's why if you know any Virgo people, they're known for being chronic complainers, okay? They're known for always, you know, like bitching and complaining because they see all the problems in the world and they point them out, and they're supposed to dive right into those problems and, you know, get to the bottom of them and say, okay, this is what we need to do to fix these things, okay? We need to do this, 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 and this. This is wrong over here. This needs to be addressed. This is out of place. This doesn't make sense. You know, that's Virgo energy. That's the job of Virgo energy. So this full moon is an opposition between those energies. And it's going to make a lot of people face reality when it comes to their Chiron and Pisces wounds. And this doesn't go for 100% of people. I know that, you know, I know not everybody has issues with drugs or pills or alcohol or, you know, not wanting to face reality or escapism. But, you know, to some degree, we all kind of deal with those issues, maybe underlying beneath the surface and subconsciously. Not like necessarily the substances, but dealing with reality. You know what I mean? Not everybody is going to be 100% real 100% of the time and be okay with what's in front of them in their physical environment. So the full moon is a push and pull between those two energies. As far as where they land in your chart, critiquing, okay, critiquing. But see, when I said complaining, I'm kind of speaking like just regular real world human terms, what other people say about Virgo, you know, other people's perception of Virgo versus what, you know, the astrological explanation of what the purpose of Virgo energy is here to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I said the complaining thing, because other people perceive that as complaining, when Virgos really, they are just kind of showing us what isn't right. You know what I mean? That's what that is. So anyhow, the full moon in Virgo, it is going to bring things like that to our attention. And the Chiron wound thing, yeah, it could be pretty sensitive. It could be maybe some pretty sensitive things may be brought up for some of us. And then the Virgo energy can help us to heal, because remember, Chiron is not only a wound, it's about healing too. And Virgo energy is about healing as well, guys. It is, you know, it's about healing things like facing reality and resolving the issues, rather than what the opposite end, which is Pisces, can do, which is kind of dwell in emotions and just kind of, you know, wallow in emotion and say, I'm drowning out here in the ocean of emotion, and you know, I need someone to save me, and I don't know how to save myself, and I may as well just drown. You know what I mean? And woe is me, I'm suffering, and it just ends right there. Virgo is like, no, it doesn't just end right there. There is a solution. Let me help you find the solution. So yeah, that's kind of what this full moon may bring more about, because of the fact that Pluto is involved a little bit, positively involved, and Chiron's also involved, and Mercury is involved too. Mercury is going to be conjunct the Sun and Chiron in Pisces, and Mercury is our thinking, it's our speaking. So the full moon in Virgo can help those who have issues with, you know, feeling like they're just kind of drowning and they have no options, they have no way out, they have no life raft. They, you know, the Virgo energy is going to be like, look, no, look, this is what you need to do. Okay. And this is what's real and you need to face it. All right. So I'll help you to face it, but you have to help yourself too. I can't just be following you around, nursing you, you know, you got to help yourself. So that is the general energy of a full moon in Virgo. And in a sense, I feel like it may address some things that the eclipse in Pisces may have brought out for some people. Because the eclipse in Pisces at the end of February was only the sun and moon in Pisces. Sun, moon, Neptune, Chiron, but at a distance from the point of the new moon. And also, I think Mercury was there too, and the South Node, all there, okay? So this is going to probably help to heal some of those issues that some people may have been experiencing because of the eclipse in Pisces. So it can be a very healing full moon. So definitely tap into the healing energy of this full moon. That can mean in your physical environment around you, cleaning. You know I kind of made fun of it and clowned on it a little bit earlier about clean freak Virgo energy, but seriously, that can be a healing thing for some of us. Spending time organizing our physical environment and taking care of our bodies, you know what I mean? Instead of just kind of letting our emotions flood us and make us feel stuck. So tap into the good healing stuff of the full moon. Take care of yourself, clean up, get rid of some old stuff, do some spring cleaning. Hey, for you guys that are in the regions of the world to where it is springtime, spring cleaning, or even if it's not springtime, you know, this is going to be, we're leading into the next new moon is going to be in Aries. And for some of us, for some parts of the world, that's actually the new year. That is starting out the new year is with Aries. They kind of go along with the zodiac, maybe not intentionally with the zodiac, but with the seasons. And Aries season is things being reborn again, things sprouting up and, you know, growing and blooming. And usually the weather's nice depending upon where you live. But so time to purge out the old. You know, Pisces, we're going to be leaving Pisces season. And Pisces season is like reflecting back on the old, but not staying stuck there and, you know, overly emotional. But hey, purge out some stuff. Do those garage sales. Do those donations, guys, because Pisces energy is about giving too. So donate some stuff that's old, that's hanging around. And also the full moon in Virgo can teach us that physical things in our physical environment, they do carry energy. Okay. So if you have things that are hanging around in your physical environment that carry some old bad memories, some old relationship stuff. Oh, I bought this, like a Virgo moon friend of mine. She actually gave me some good material to use here. She's a Virgo moon, and so this full moon is going to be on her moon, which rules the home environment. And she told me what she's going to be doing is getting rid of some furniture that she bought with an ex that she had a horrible relationship with years ago. She's been gone out of that relationship for years. And I've been telling her, hey, you know what? These physical things, they still carry energy and they carry memories. So if they're not beneficial to you, if they bring back old emotions and make you go, oh, you know, and you physically or spiritually don't feel well by seeing them or being around them, this full moon is a wonderful, perfect time for you guys to get rid of stuff like that. So, yeah. And burn it, Rocktober born. I don't encourage, you know, being a pyromaniac, okay? But if you have to burn old pictures or something safely during this full moon in Virgo, do it. I have, as a Scorpio rising, hey, I've done that before. I've had to do that before, you know, burn some pictures, some letters, get rid of that. That fool he was garbage, you know? So get rid of those old memories that are not very good for you. So I think that's all I'm going to cover with the full moon in Virgo. So what else is on the astrological weather for this weekend? Actually, yesterday, the Mars just entered Taurus. So Mars rules how we take action in life, how we physically move around, okay? And Mars's symbol is an arrow. It's a circle with an arrow, so we kind of point that arrow at things and we go for it, right? So yeah, so we point that arrow at things and we go for it. So wherever Mars is transiting, that's kind of the collective energy that we're going to be feeling as far as going after things. So it's in Taurus right now. So yeah, it's in Taurus, and Taurus is honestly, Taurus is very slow moving. We just came out of Mars being in Aries, and whew, you know what? I know some people were like, yeah, that was a fun ride, you know, especially if you're a fellow fire sign. It may have been a fun ride for you for Mars to be in Aries. It may have made you more energized in a good way to get out and actually physically do stuff. You have a lot of vitality. And depending upon where Mars is in your chart, you know, it could have been a good thing for you. But for some people, just being quite honest, Mars in Aries is it can be really aggressive, like overly aggressive, like unnecessarily barbaric at times, just being quite real with you guys. And for some people, it lands in a part of their chart that maybe like attack their health or something. Like if you're a Scorpio or you're a Taurus, you know, it was in your 12th house or your 6th house. It could have made some of you guys actually sick and have headaches. Like I'm a Scorpio rising and a Taurus. So Mars in Aries was not very nice to me. And I did read a lot online yesterday. A lot of Scorpio friends of mine were like, oh my God, Mars in Aries gave me so many headaches because it landed in our 6th house of health, and Mars and Aries rule the head. So yeah, you know what? Mars in Aries could have been tough. And Mars in Aries, which is impulsive, it was conjunct Uranus, which is like erratic. And then we had emotional overload of Pisces energy, caused some people to kind of wild out, you know, based on their emotions and not really think things through. Just get emotional and then bang. Oh, excuse me. Bam, and then jump. I need more coffee. Just hang on one sec, guys. Thank you. All right now. So this is a skull, like a Day of the Dead type of skull. I am a Scorpio rising, so I do dig this kind of stuff. And speaking of Scorpios, which rule secrets, I have a little secret to tell you guys. I don't actually drink coffee, even though I say, oh, coffee talk. It's only because I loved Joan Rivers as a kid and I love accents. But I can't drink coffee. I can't drink coffee because I have Uranus in my 1st house, and Uranus, like I said, is a very erratic energy and very nervy. So coffee makes me nervy and jittery. So this is coffee talk. Hey, some of you guys may be drinking coffee. Most of the time I drink tea or good old water in my coffee talk coffee cup. So anyhow, back to Mars and Taurus. So Mars entered Taurus yesterday, and I'm in a way like hallelujah, because Taurus energy is a lot more calm than Aries. Okay, like Aries energy could have been like woo, like all over the place, a little, like I said, extra angry or aggressive. And yeah, I'm just thinking of like all these stories on social media are coming back to me, you know what I mean? But so Mars in Taurus is a lot more calm. It's a lot more slower paced, which may annoy some fire sign people. Like, people are moving slow, you know. I heard while Mars is in Aries, a lot of people were complaining, especially I heard complaints about men being more barbaric. Like, you know, some friends of mine that are a little bit more, what's the word? They're a little bit more traditional, and they expect men to be chivalrous and always hold the door and always be polite to women and, oh, how you doing, ma'am, and Miss Lady and all that stuff. They said that men were acting a little bit more barbaric when Mars was in Aries and not holding the door and being more quick to be like, hey, you want some of this, buddy? You know, but so some people like that who have a little bit more calm demeanor may be more happy when Mars moves into Taurus, because it will calm people down a little bit more. You know what I mean? And Taurus does rule money. Yeah, I think I saw a comment. I'm just kind of glancing at the chat here and there. Taurus is a sign of money. So people may be a little bit more quick to spend because Mars can be an impulsive energy. So wanting to be a little bit more materialistic, you know, that can be good or bad depending upon your lifestyle, which means going after that money, going after those material things. But once again, Mars and Taurus paired with the moon in Virgo energy with purging out old material stuff, this can be a good time to do that with Mars and Taurus too, because Taurus rules the material. So purging out old stuff to maybe Mars and Taurus use that energy to buy new material things to put in your home in the place of the old stuff that just needed to get out of your world. You know what I mean? So it can kind of help with that. Well, how Mars and Taurus will affect each sign, I'm going to go through that right now. So for Aries, this is your second house. The second house is how you spend money and the material possessions that you own and that you have. And it's how you earn your money too. It's earning, budgeting, spending. It's just all about money. Okay. So for Aries people, this may be a point of impulse for you. Like you guys may do more impulse shopping, more like, you know, if anybody owes you money, you may be a little bit more like going after them, like a little bit more like big perm. You know what I mean? Like, where's my money? Like, don't play with my money. You're playing with my emotions if you do. So going after the money that's owed to you. Maybe finding a second job, or maybe trying to work some overtime at your job, Aries, in order to gather in some more money. Hey, the Wicked 2K8, you're late, but it's cool. You can catch the earlier conversation in the, you know, in the replay when this is over. But we're talking about Mars and Taurus right now for anybody that just joined in. And I'm going through the signs. So we're on Aries. So yeah, Aries people, going after your money one way or another, going after material stuff. What else? So let's move on to Taurus. This is, okay, for Taurus, Mars is in your sign. You know, I've always wanted to do, and I might do one day when I have the time, a do's and don'ts of when Mars is in your sign. Okay, that means whether Mars is in on your ascendant, which means in your rising sign, or if Mars is on your sun sign, or Mars is in the same sign as your moon, or even when Mars meets with your Mars or your Mercury. Okay, when Mars meets with any of those points, you can become more aggressive. And you know what I mean? Like, in a way that could be good, especially if you're a person who is normally very meek and doesn't really speak out and stand up for themselves. Mars going into your sign can be a really good time to finally stand up to people. And finally, you know, maybe if you're a person who's kind of stagnant and you don't really take action, you think more about doing things rather than just doing, Mars going into your sign is a really good time to finally do and get done, you know? But on the negative side, when Mars goes into your sign, it can be a time of just reckless anger. You know what I mean? So for some Tauruses, you guys may be prone to that right now while this Mars transit is happening, and it's going on through the whole entire month of March, the rest of March. So yeah, like just kind of, you know, Taurus energy is slow to anger, but I'm telling you guys, you Tauruses, you're going to be a lot more quick to anger when Mars is in your sign. So just try to keep that under control. Try not to be reckless with that Mars arrow and point it all over the place and just, you know, go everywhere with your anger or your aggression or your energy. Try to keep it controlled. And Taurus energy is normally pretty good with maintaining control, okay? But you're gonna have to work extra hard to do that during this Mars transit. But yes, getting in shape, being physically active, exercising, like I mentioned, standing up for yourself, if anybody has been bullying you, or, you know, and then also we've had this energy in Aries. Taurus has had Aries energy, which is your 12th house, which is kind of like, you know, dwelling on emotional stuff and everything and kind of hiding out. Being more reclusive, being more introverted. Well, you may be more, you know, climbing out of that. Mars and Taurus may be good for you to like get out of that funk, you know what I mean? Get out of that 12th house, get out of that water and step onto land and like, you know, put your feet on the ground and like, okay, let's go, you know? So that's how Mars and Taurus is going to affect Taurus people. So for Gemini, this is Roz Roberts, Mars and Taurus. You went off on somebody? Oh, you did, yeah. And you know, it just transited into Taurus yesterday, so you know that's how it plays out in real life. A Taurus went off on somebody yesterday. Roz, I think. Oh, you didn't say if you're a Taurus, but yeah. Anyhow, sorry, Gemini. Back to Gemini. Geminis actually don't mind people jumping back and forth between, you know, subjects and people when they talk. But Gemini. What is Mars and Taurus transit going to do for you? Well, this is your 12th house. So this is kind of like Mars, you know, I imagine Mars, even though it might not be physically like this, but I imagine Mars is kind of like a shooting, like hot fireball. Like it just wants to fly, like, you know, and be impulsive and just, you know, go really fast. But this is kind of like Mars being dunked underwater and sinking down into the bottom of the ocean and kind of just floating there, confused. And the arrow of Mars is like, whoa, it's like, you know, being taken away by waves and it's going like this, like, I don't know where to go, you know? So that's how some of my Geminis may feel. And I know Geminis are already, you guys are mutable, so you can be pulled in different directions already. And this is Mars falling into a mutable zone for you personally. So you are going to feel a little bit more wishy-washy than normal as far as your drive and your energy levels. Your energy levels may go up and then down and then up and then down. If you try to overexert yourself, you can burn out very quickly. So just, you know, take care of yourself right now, Gemini. And Mars in the 12th sometimes can bring about a little bit more of like physical ailments too, you know, from being drained of energy. So just take care of yourself physically and spiritually, my Gemini people. So for Cancer, Mars in Taurus is in your 11th house. So the 11th house is like groups of people that you may hang out with or talk to even online. It's like-minded people, your fellow aliens, you know, it's your crew, your squad, all those types of people, just groups that you're associated with. So Mars in that side, Mars in that area of life for you guys right now. Couple things. I mean, I'll give you the good and the bad. Okay, you know me by now. I'll give you the good and the bad. So the good for Cancer during this transit is wanting to be more active within groups, wanting to be more socially active. And also, this is like a socially conscious area of life too, is the 11th house. So it is kind of like the area of like the activist and the person that will fight for the underdog. So you guys, Cancers already like to sometimes fight for the underdog, and they feel for people emotionally. So they will, you know, stand up for them and protect them in that way. So you guys may feel more like that towards like certain groups that you are, you know, concerned with, or even your friends, you know what I mean? So that's the good part of it. And just, yeah, maybe wanting to do some active stuff with friends and get out of your shell, you know what I mean? But the negative side is, since Mars can trigger more anger, aggression, and fights, you guys may be more prone towards like fights amongst groups of people. And like I said, that does include online groups. Like, so in those Facebook groups, Cancers, you guys may be a little bit more emotionally charged. And if somebody states their opinion and you don't agree with it, you might be even more like, hey, that's not right, you know? So your aggression may be aimed there too. So just watch that, Cancers. So Libra, oh, which sign is Mars now? Oh, okay, Mars is in Taurus. Mars just entered Taurus, and I'm explaining it through the signs where it's transiting for those who are asking. So for Leo, Mars in Taurus, this transit is going to be in your 10th house of career and social status, and how people see you, your public image, which is so important to Leo. Leo, like, you guys love to shine out and to be seen and to be recognized and to be celebrated and appreciated for who you are, right? So you actually, so of course, I'll give you the good and the bad. The good for Leo people with Mars in the 10th, if you are trying to go after career goals, Leo, this is an excellent time to really, really be supercharged towards going after your career. And, you know, Mars energy, it can have tunnel vision. Like I said, it's an arrow that's pointed. So its arrow can be pointed, and you can just have like tunnel vision and just be like full speed ahead, depending upon how you decide to use that energy, right? So for Leos, this is career. So you can have tunnel vision, like with those career goals. Like, you know what, I'm going to climb to the top. I'm going to climb to the top and nobody's going to stop me. I'm going to get there, you know, I'm going to achieve things. It's all about achievement as the 10th house too. So whatever you want to achieve right now, Leos, you guys have like superpower towards doing that. It's also expressing your authority. So you guys can be like, respect my authority, you know, a lot more, Leos. But also, you know, like I said, Mars is where you can find yourself in more conflicts with people. And Leos may find themselves in more conflict and or competition with other people who are in positions of authority or power, because you feel like you want to have like the ultimate authority and power right now with this Mars transit. So you guys may butt heads with people, you know, and so some Leos may like want to just use the energy in a negative way to shoot to the top and try to, you know, bring other people down that are like competition for them. You know what I mean? So, you know, just use the energy wisely is all I have to say. And try to stay out of trouble with cops. you know what I mean, with cops and people in positions of power, because you may feel like you're the top dog and they're the top dog and they're trying to, you know, give you advice or tell you like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. And Leos are going to feel even more like, you can't tell me what to do, you know, because you feel like you have all this ultimate authority worn on you right now. So that's the good and the bad of the Mars transit for Leo. So moving on to Virgo. Let me get some water, not coffee. I let you guys into my little secret. So for Virgo, this Mars transit is going to be in your 9th house. And this is like a more positive, like happy-go-lucky area of life for you guys. So Virgos, you know, there's going to be a full moon in your sign, which can be a little emotional for some of you guys. But you know what? Once you get over the emotional stuff, Mars and Taurus can help you to go after some goals that are like, that make you happy, like your ultimate like life purpose and destiny type of goals. Or it can make you guys feel like you want to travel, explore the world. Yeah, get out and see the world. That's also the 9th house. So once you guys are done cleaning your house this weekend, Virgo, maybe you guys can make some travel plans, okay? Now that your mind is going to be more clear, because to Virgo energy, a clean house, clean environment, organized environment equals a clear mind. And some Virgos, you guys have like piles of stuff here and there, okay? And that's your way of organizing your world, which to other people looks like a mess. But to you, you know where everything is, okay? Because you took the time to make those piles, right? So once you guys are done doing that with the Virgo full moon, make some plans to get out of your house, guys. Make some plans to even just get outdoors. Maybe not even travel. If you can't travel, okay, I get it. You know, a lot of you guys are really concerned with your money serving its purpose, and some of you guys don't see travel as something that your money can serve a purpose towards right now. But get outdoors. The 9th house is about getting outdoors and exploring. So even going hiking somewhere nearby, you know what I mean? Somewhere like close by that is not going to use a lot of gas money, okay? But yeah, for the Virgos that can travel, get out, go travel, go somewhere else, you know, go outside of your state, or at least outside of your city, guys, to, you know, bring your spirits up a little bit more after this emotional full moon. It may be good for you guys. And yeah, going after those goals, like educational goals too. If some of you guys are thinking about going back to school or something, Mars and Taurus can, you know, help you to, you know, go after those goals a little bit more too. So that's for Virgo. So now Mars and Taurus for Libra. Where is it transiting for you guys? This is your 8th house. The 8th house is an intensely emotional house, and Mars is tackling things. So some of my Libras can be tackling emotionally intense issues that maybe you guys have been dealing with. And also, this is the house of quote unquote other people's money, as it is commonly termed. But it's really like, you know, money that you can receive from settlements, from the government, from taxes. Some of my Libras may be battling it out with the IRS right now to get their tax money. I've heard so many stories lately of people filing their taxes, and the IRS is really cracking down, like giving them a hard time, saying, oh, well, they're digging up stuff from the past. And remember, you forgot to do this like 5 years ago, 7 years ago. So we're snatching your tax return money back. And sometimes it's an error, you know, so you got to call and stay on the phone and all this stuff. So Mars being in your 8th house, Libra, this can give you guys more energy towards tackling those issues if you are one of those people going through some tax problems right now with the IRS. Also, yeah, going after, this is another transit of going after money that people owe you. You know, although Mars in the 8th house can be a little bit more gangster with things, Libra. So you guys may be a little more like wanting to snatch somebody up by the neck like a mobster and be like, hey, where's my money? I'm gonna make you swim with the fishes if you don't give up my money. You know what I mean? So try to keep that, you know, at a balance. You guys are all about balance. Try to keep that under control. You know what I mean? But yeah, going after money that's owed to you by other people, whether that is just a person that you know, a common person, or the IRS, the government, a settlement. If you guys have settlements to go to court for, you may feel more like charged, you know, towards really getting what's yours, what's owed to you. Also, this is a very passionate energy, okay? So the passionate energy can be either positive or negative, depending upon on how you use it, Libra. So you guys can be very passionate in your relationships, which can be like, woo woo, you know, use your imagination with that. But it can also be passionate fights too, to be quite honest, with, you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody. Yeah, so you know what? Libras can be a little bit more passionately charged. Just got to keep everything at a great, cool balance. You know what I mean? You guys are really good at that. So for Scorpio, this is happening in our 7th house of relationships with other people. So this is not only just love relationships, this is also just how you relate one-on-one to other people, Scorpio. So, like I said, Mars is the god of war. You are kind of perceiving, because this is your opposite sign. You may perceive people even more as like attacking you, Scorpio. And I'm a Scorpio rising, so it's not like I'm talking crap about Scorpio. I'm speaking for us, okay? We can already live life like that. Like, we are always like protective of ourselves and kind of on edge, and we understand the dark side of life and the dark side of human nature. So we're always on the lookout for that, okay? So this can kind of make us a little bit more on the lookout for people, you know, giving us a reason to feel protective over ourselves, Scorpio. So we just have to make sure that that's, you know, at a decent level, okay? Not to where we're actually like, hey, you right there, you're trying to attack me? You're trying to attack me? Who wants some? Who's trying to come at me right now, you know? Scorpio, yeah, we can feel like that a little bit more. I have to admit, yes, I hear you, Venusian Valentine. Yesterday, when the transit first ingressed, Mars first ingressed into Taurus as a Scorpio rising, and I'm a Taurus, and my Mars is in Taurus too. I kind of felt like that, and I had to stay off of social media, because I was just like, you know, any little comment that kind of or post that annoyed me, I felt more like like I wanted to start typing, who are you to say this? Huh? You know? So, but I was like, oh, nope. How about I just shut social media down while this energy is still fresh and raw, this Mars energy? So, yeah, we can kind of feel a little bit more charged like that, Taurus, with it being in our 7th house. And also, a lot of us Taurus, I'm sorry, Scorpio, I'm on Scorpio, my apologies. Mars is in Taurus. Excuse me. So for Scorpios, yeah, we can feel a little bit more like that. Got to keep that under control. And also, we may be very calm as a Scorpio, but with Mars in our opposite sign, other people may look at us in a way where they think we're trying to be more aggressive or something, even though we're just like la-di-da in our own zone. Some people may be like, hey, you, what's your problem? And we're like, what? I'm just kind of in my own zone, like always. You know what I mean? Like, why are you looking at me like that? I look at everybody like that. I'm a Scorpio. We just have that stare. I mean, like, okay, this is why we wear sunglasses a lot. Like, maybe I'll just keep my shades on during this Mars and Taurus transit, because people are going to think I'm looking at them. I'm mad dogging them. You know what I mean? So that's how Scorpios, that's kind of some things that we can be going through with this Mars transit. But the positives are having a lot more energy towards like putting more energy into our relationships. Mars energy, like I mentioned for Libra, it can be very passionate in relationships. So, you know, Scorpios can have a little bit more fun with that. On that note, take a little sip. Yeah, so Mars and Taurus can be a passionate time in a positive way for Scorpios. You know what I'm saying? So for Sagittarius, Mars in Taurus is in your 6th house, and the 6th house is it's work and health. Okay. Going after partnerships. Oh yeah, hold on, Sagittarius. My bad. There was a question here that I need to answer that I forgot to mention. Yes, going after relationships. We could be attracting more people to us, Scorpio, when Mars and Taurus. Attracting more people to us. People could be a little bit more obsessive though, because Mars energy, Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio and makes us have tunnel vision and obsession, and go after what we are obsessing over. So people can actually be aiming that at us, and we can have some obsessive people. But if you're in a relationship though, already that's established, it can be good for your partner to kind of have that obsessiveness over you, but maybe in a good way. to where they can't get enough of you. And, you know, Scorpios, we kind of like that, you know what I mean? But if you're a single Scorpio, you could be attracting people to you. You can be wanting to go after relationships a little bit more. Okay, cool. Now moving on to Sagittarius. My bad, Sag. So this is in your 6th house, which is work, which is health, and the day-to-day stuff that you do. But something that people don't normally mention with the 6th house that I have noticed, and I notice every single day as an astrologer and as just an intuitive energy reader, the 6th house is also the house of things that irritate you to your core. Like one of my fellow astrologer buddies, one of my astrologer BFFs always says the word irk. And so I got that from her. It can irk you to the core. That's a lot of stuff in the 6th house. Things that are like annoying, especially if they're repeated, you know? So Mars in the 6th house can, for Sagittarius, make you guys a little bit more easily annoyed, just a forewarning. And some people's energy may just be bothersome to you right now. And because Taurus is the 6th house for Sagittarius, a lot of Sagittarians may kind of be annoyed by the Taurus type of qualities, a Taurus type of energy, or even some Tauruses may bothering you guys, you know? Like Sagittarians are very like, you guys just do things on a whim as you feel, you know? You guys just like, la di la, I feel like doing this today. Psh, I'm gonna shoot my arrow that way and just go. Taurus energy is not like that. Taurus energy is like, I have to plan things out. People have to tell me ahead of time what we're doing, where we're going. I have to have like 5 hours to get ready. I don't do things on a whim. I think that's irresponsible. Sagittarius is the complete opposite of that. It's like, who cares how we look? My hair is messy. I'm just going to throw something on. Let's just go. Let's just do. Let's get out. So Taurus type of energy, that having to plan and having to wait and all that, it can irritate Sagittarius. So with Mars being in your 6th house of Taurus, it can kind of make you guys more irritated towards people who are slow. People who are moving slow, and, you know, people who, like I explained, all those Taurus qualities, you guys can be a little bit more irritated. But also Mars can cause like kind of things to heat up, right? So inflammatory, and this is your house of health. So you guys may be a little bit more prone towards like things that are inflammatory right now, like especially with the 6th house ruling the lower intestine. I know I'm getting really technical and nerdy here, but the 6th house rules the lower intestine. So Sagittarians, watch what you guys eat. Okay, watch what you guys eat during this Mars and Taurus transit, so that doesn't bother and upset that area of your body. So on to the positive, because Sag is all about the positive, right? Don't be a Debbie Downer. A lot of my Sag friends say that. So the positives of Mars in the 6th house, guys, is this is a time where you guys may be focused on exercising and going after your health goals, and, you know, work. You guys may be more ambitious at work. And you guys may feel more like doing some overtime, you know, just more like gung-ho at work. Like, come on, guys, let's get it. Let's get this work done and knocked out. So, and also, yeah, cleaning up. I know Sag, we mentioned earlier, like Sag is not really the sign that really enjoys cleaning, you know, per se. But maybe cleaning up your home environment and organizing it a little bit more. Maybe something that my Sagittarius enjoy during this Mars transit. So moving on to Capricorn. Mars and Taurus for Capricorn. This is your 5th house. Ooh, let me pull up my chair a little bit, because I love the 5th house. 5th house energy, Capricorns are lucky. Capricorns are lucky with Mars in the 5th house. But there is some not so lucky things that, of course, I'll explain too. But the 5th house is it's fun, it's romance, and Capricorn energy tends to be a lot focused a lot, pardon me, on work, ambitious goals, and stuff that most people say is boring, you know, but it's exciting to Capricorn. But you know what? Mars in the 5th house will help you guys to kind of loosen up a little bit. If you are like the type of Capricorn that works a lot, you're a workaholic, you're like putting fun to the side a lot because you have a lot of goals to achieve and you have a lot of work to do. But Mars in the 5th house will help you guys to say, you know what? I think I may actually take some vacation time. Oh my God, I may shock everybody in my office by taking some vacation time, taking some time out to do some fun things, taking some time out to be engaged in some hobbies, an actual hobby that you do for fun. It doesn't serve a purpose. It's not for work. It's just for fun. Capricorns, you guys can use this energy for fun, this Mars and Taurus transit. Also for romance, you know, Cappies can be romantic too. I know you guys are, you know, rumored to not be romantic. You guys are just a little bit more classic about things. You're not into sloppy PDA out in public and stuff like that. Generally speaking about Capricorn energy, okay? Not really into that stuff. You guys are normally like about the classic, like, let's, you know, dress nice, let's go out, let's have a nice evening, a nice time together. Let me be a little bit more chivalrous, you know what I mean? Or have somebody be chivalrous towards me. Be respectful of one another in public, especially. That's the way that Capricorns are. So you guys may not be that classic romantic. Well, okay, you guys are classically romantic, but not that like stereotypical romance of today of like sloppy PDA and you gotta like sprinkle rose petals all over somebody, woo, out in public and shower them with chocolate, you know, in public and everything. You guys may not be about that, but Mars and Taurus, you guys may be more inclined towards some of that stuff, you know, and have a little fun, loosen up, Capricorn. So also, the negative side of this transit, the only negative I can think of, gosh, this piece of hair is bothering me. Oh my God. Of course, because the moon's in Leo, I'm like fussy about my hair. Pardon me. The only negative about this with Capricorn is the fifth house also rules children. So if you are a Capricorn parent, your children may try to butt heads with you during this time. I have experienced this transit and seen it time and time again to know it well. If you're a Capricorn parent, your kids may try to maybe not physically, you know, duke it out with you. Depends on your relationship with your kids, but they may challenge you. They may bring you more challenges, or it may be that they just need more of your attention. So they're kind of acting out like, come on, mom, come on, dad, you know, I need your attention. You gotta be like, all right, fine. What do you guys want to do? And that can cause you to participate in activities more with your children. But, you know, them acting unruly doesn't have to make you participate in activities with them during this transit. It can be just, you just may want to have more fun with your kids if you're a parent. So that's how it's going to affect Capricorns. So Aquarius, this is in your fourth house of home and family. Ooh, there is some some good and bad with this one. So Aquas, the positive of Mars in Taurus for you guys, it's transit, is if some of my Aquarians are moving or planning on moving, you guys can really have a lot more energy and drive towards the physical stuff of moving things around, shifting them, actually packing things up and moving and being able to lift things and all that stuff. You'll have more energy towards that. You're just more motivated towards, come on, let's get this move done. Or if you're not moving, you're staying within your house that you're already in, or wherever you live. It's just kind of like renovating things, wanting to change things around your house and just having more motivation to do so, or even just cleaning your house. Like, I know I keep mentioning cleaning, but we're coming up on this full moon in Virgo, so I have to. So you guys may just look around your house and like, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, that needs to be fixed. Let's just get this place going, you know. Also, participating in more activities with your family can be a positive thing. The negative that I've seen with Mars in the fourth house transit happen is also, hi Linda, is also things actually needing to be repaired around the home, like repairs pop up. Or it may just be that you notice them, but sometimes, like, for example, when Mars was in my fourth house one year, our garage door broke, and then our dryer broke, like all at the same time. And it's like, what the heck? I don't know if a Mercury retrograde was going on during that time too, but that stuff happened with Mars in my fourth house, and it was annoying, and then they had to be fixed. So things may pop up that like little repairs that need to be done around your house. Also family, this fourth house rules family. So Mars and Taurus for Aquarius, be mindful of directing your Mars arrow, your energy towards family. I've seen people when Mars transits their fourth house, they aim an arrow, a target, like a family member, a particular family member becomes their target. And they are, you know, they kind of pick at that person, and they're like, this person is agitating the hell out of me right now. Like, I can't stand such and such family member. They need to stay away from me because I feel like if they are around me too much, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna want to fight, you know, they're just gonna agitate me. So just be mindful that it can bring that out in some of you guys. Wow, this chat conversation, oof, it's going, it's going way left. Left is this way for me. Anyhow, so for Aquarians, that's how it can affect you. But yeah, getting things done around the home, you know, it's a really good time for that. So last but very last but not least, my Pisces people. I'm a Pisces moon. So anyhow, for Pisces people, Mars and Taurus is in our third house. It's our third house. So the third house is like your day-to-day like errands that you run is what I find the third house is, like being like completely like a busybody, always finding things to do, because the third house rules like your mind, right? So Mars is in your mind. Mars is like, go here, go there, do this, do that, do this, do that. You know, so you may be like wanting to whiz all over the place, go everywhere, and find things to do, find a reason to get out and go around your town. Like, I'm gonna be at the grocery store, like, you know, every day, or like I have all these errands to run. I'm just so incredibly busy. Like, that's kind of how this Mars transit may affect you guys. The third house is also oh, I know, no, there's no negativity. I'm just saying it got a little like touchy. Not touchy, you know what I mean. It got a little naughty. I'll just say I got a little naughty there for a little bit, okay? And my Pisces moon is at 27 degrees for those who are asking. But for Pisces, yeah, the third house also rules siblings. Siblings and cousins, it said. So your Mars arrow of aggression can kind of be pointed at them a little bit. Some of them may irritate you a little more. So just be, you know, just be careful with that energy. But yeah, keeping busy because Mars is affecting your mind. So your energy level is going to be up. And also I've noticed when a lot of people have certain Mars transits or certain transits to the third house is when you'll hear people say, well, I have trouble sleeping. I can't sleep. I'm restless right now. I'm staying up late. You know what I mean? So Mars in the third can cause some of my Pisces people to want to stay up late because you've got this to do and that to do and that to do. You like want to knock all these things out. And you know, the Mars in the third can also be like, you aim your arrow at certain things to do, but you don't finish them all. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go over here and do this. And then you're pulled in another direction. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and do this and do this and do this. And then you have all this like unfinished stuff around you. And Pisces, look, I'm just gonna keep it real. We can be kind of spacey, dingy, okay, like, and kind of lose track of stuff, lose track of our thoughts, you know what I mean? So this Mars transit may bring out a little bit more of that, to where we're going to be scattered. Our energy is going to be scattered. We're going to be more scatterbrained. So we got to try to keep it under control when we have multiple things going on. I know that, you know, Pisces is the opposite of Virgo. Virgo loves to keep calendars and keep like close, precise track of everything, you know. That's Virgo. Pisces is not like that. We just go with the flow. We lose track of time. We lose track of days. We don't care. So, excuse me, Mars in the third, it's going to be a little harder to keep up with stuff. So we may have to turn to our opposite energy, which is Virgo, which is keeping track of calendars and things to kind of keep track of our tasks so that we don't go all over the place with it. All right. So that was how Mars and Taurus is going to affect everyone. Now, I'm going to get into some current events. Unfortunately, I kind of ran out of time with the going through the celebrity stuff. So I don't really have any celeb stories to share and to look at their astrology. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the chat, and I'll try to quickly like look them up and see what's going on with them to see like astrologically why a certain celebrity may be in the headlines right now. But something that has been in the headlines that I have paid attention to and have been seeing a lot about is, you know, what that's being brought about by Venus retrograde in the sign of Aries is, if you guys have noticed in the news, there was like a day without a woman, kind of not necessarily protest, but I think it was kind of sort of along the lines of a strike, to where women were not going to work. If they're a working woman, they didn't go to work that day. They either took a paid day off or even unpaid, because of the fact that they're trying to prove a point. Women were trying to prove their point that they are important, just as important as men in the workplace. Now, if that isn't some Venus and Aries stuff, I don't know what is. And I know my guns are not that big. I'm just, demonstrating what I feel the energy is trying to demonstrate. Okay, that women, we do have strength. We do have just as much importance as men, pretty much. Just because we may be physically the weaker sex, whatever. There's some strong women out there physically that can toss a man across the room like nothing. Okay, but yes, who said that? Mimi, yes, we are powerful. Yes. So women, we are powerful. We are powerful in our own ways. We are important in the workplace. I haven't personally looked at the statistics myself, but some people that were going along with this a day without a woman stated that they had looked up some statistics that said that, women are still paid less than men in most workplaces. So that's kind of what the purpose of this is to, hey, if there were no women in the workplace, how would everybody still operate? How would this place still operate? Would it do okay or would it not? We kind of want you guys to see that and to think about that. So Venus rules the feminine, right? It rules women, the feminine, and dang it, my phone died on the chat. Venus rules women and rules the feminine. Aries is this energy that is a sign of strength. It's also a masculine sign. So Venus being in a masculine sign, a sign that kind of wants to prove points and show people like, I'll show you, buddy. You know what I mean? And it's going retrograde. Retro means thinking back, right? So Venus retrograde in Aries, I mean, if you do the math, put all those things together, this is totally why this A Day Without a Woman is coming about. And I even heard like a female journalist say that women were being encouraged during this time to wear red because they said, and I don't think she's really hip to astrology at all from what I know of her, but she's like, red is known as the color of, how does she put it? Strength and aggression or something like that, power and aggression. So women are encouraged to wear red. And I'm like, excuse me, but red is the color of Mars, which is the color, the ruler of Aries, and red is associated with Aries. That's why women are wearing red with this, because Venus is in Aries. So that's how astrology has been playing out in the media right now. And also, I'm not sure if you guys heard, but the Statue of Liberty here in America, it's usually lit up, but it went dark for a while. And I only saw the headline, guys, so I didn't really dive that deep into it to see if they figured out the cause of why or anything. But a lot of people took that as a symbol of this whole A Day Without a Woman thing. And for people who are into astrology, Venus being retrograde in Aries. So, that's just showing you guys how astrology has been playing out in current events. I'm going to try to get back into the chat so that I can see if you guys gave me any suggestions on anything on like celebrity stuff, or before I sign off, celebrity stuff or questions. Oh my gosh, hi, where's my chat? Okay, yeah, I had it on my phone and my phone died, so here, let me try to get into the chat really quick so I can chat with you guys. Okay. Just give me one sec. My bad. I hate I have like a thing about if I'm live or I'm talking to people about there being like dead air. You know what I mean, so to speak. Things are not just like moving and flowing. I think it's because I come from a background of radio. I worked in radio for several years, like 5+ years. And that was like a thing that we were paranoid about, is like dead air, like dead air on live radio. Oh my God. Anyway, okay, so I'm back chatting with you guys. Okay. Let's see. Do you guys have any suggestions? Ben and Jennifer. Oh, J-Lo. Oh, I saw that. I saw. Here goes my New York accent because of J-Lo. I saw J-Lo. She has a new man. What's the guy's name? A-Rod. Okay, what's his like real name? Let me look him up. Let me do some Scorpio digging on this guy really quick. J-Lo. I'll tell you what the energy exchange is between J-Lo and this guy based on their charts. So what's his name? A-Rod. Ben Affleck. Oh, they did? Oh my God. Okay, Alex Rodriguez. Okay. Oh, you guys are flying at me with this, with the T, as they say, the T nowadays. Okay. Let's get into some tea, honey. Okay. So Alex Rodriguez and J-Lo. Okay. Let me see this guy's birthday. Hold up. Hold up. Hang with me, guys. Let's see what this guy's about. July 27th, 1975. So he's a Leo. Ooh, his birthday is actually close to hers. Interesting. Okay, hold up. Let me pull up his actual birth chart and see what his other planets are. And I'll tell you guys whether or not I think it's going to last between them, or if this is just a thing, you know, like a J-Lo thing. Like sometimes she just has a thing going on sometimes and not like anything that's actually going to stick. You know what I mean? So let me go here, cafeastrology.com. Let's pull up this dude's stats right quick. Okay, obtain my natal chart, but it's not mine. It's A-Rod. Let's pull up A-Rod. Okay. Create a new chart. Come on, at Cafe Astrology. Work with me here. Okay, so July 27th, 1975. So he's kind of, oh, he's a younger man. Oh, J-Lo. Oh, she loves those younger men, doesn't she? He's only a little bit younger than her, but she loves those younger men's. Okay, we'll just do 12 noon. We don't know what time he was born. So where was he born? This dude was born in Washington Heights, New York. He was born in New York just like her. Wow. So they have some things in common. Okay, okay. So New York. Y-A-W-K. Let's see if Cafe Astrology recognizes that. Just kidding. New York. Okay, New York, New York. Let's look up A-Rod real quick. A-Rod and J-Lo. Okay, so this dude, ooh, he's a Pisces moon. And she's a Scorpio moon, so that's good. Because two water moons will definitely be able to vibe emotionally. Because that's a trine, and a trine is an easy aspect. Easygoing aspect between one another. That's good. He has Venus in Virgo. Okay. Mars and Taurus. Ooh, he's going through his Mars return. Wow, he's gonna go through his Mars return. So that could be either good or bad with their relationship. I mean, Mars return can make somebody who's, you know, can bring a little bit more aggression out of them and anger, but it can bring more passion out of them. So maybe more passion in their relationship. Okay, hold on. Let me bring up J-Lo's chart real quick just to see her stats. So Jennifer Lopez. Astro. Okay. Bam. Okay, yeah, she was born in 69, so he is 6 years younger than her. She was born July 24th, and he's July 27th. So they're very close in age. Their sons are close together, which is good. Yeah, their son being close together is really good for synastry. Let me see what else she's got going on. Yeah, so she's a Scorpio moon. Well, we don't know her birth time, but I believe she's a Scorpio moon in the second house. I believe J-Lo's a Leo rising. I think we discussed this the last time we had coffee talk last week, right? So her Mercury's in Leo, her Venus is in Gemini. So their Venus is square. So that's a little bit of a challenge with what they enjoy, how they express love and yeah, J-Lo's into young men. That Gemini energy loves younger men or younger people. It's a very youthful, fun-spirited energy. So that's why Gemini can have a tendency to kind of like younger people at times, or young-spirited people. And also Leo. Leo energy is known as like the energy of the childlike fun and everything. So yeah. So you know what? Just a very brief look. I'm not going to go into a whole long thing and make this like a 3-hour show about J-Lo or anything. But their energy exchange, just by a very, very brief glance, looks pretty good. Especially also what I'm noticing right now is J-Lo's North Node, which is like a karmic point in the chart, is at 22 degrees of Pisces. And this Alex Rodriguez guy, his moon is in a late degree of Pisces. It could be anywhere from like, let's just say, let's see, 6 hours is 3 degrees. So it can be anywhere from like 20 degrees to like, you know, the end of Pisces. So the a North Node and Moon energy exchange between two people, they feel like it's a karmic relationship. It's a karmic, like, that's one of those points that some people feel like, oh, this could be my soulmate. That's one of those. So they have that. So yeah, the energy exchange looks pretty good, you know. So this may be a thing of hers that maybe lasts quite a long time, but in J-Lo time, that can mean only like a couple years or a couple months. We don't know. We never know with her. Anyway, let's see. So that's it for the celebs. And somebody said that Ben Affleck and Jennifer, what's her face, got back together. Really? Oh my gosh, that's interesting. So let me look at them really quick, and then we'll either move on to something else, or we may have to close off. Oh, I'm sorry, Spotless Mind. You know what though? But hey, this is available for it's gonna replay. Okay, so don't worry about that. You're live in the, you know, the live show. You can chat and everything, but you can still watch it later. Okay, so Ben Affleck. Oh, Nicki Minaj didn't respond. No, yes, she did. King John, I saw this morning on the Breakfast Club that she did. She came out with like 3 tracks, but they weren't really as good, as hard as Remy Ma. So she did respond. King John, go look at the Breakfast Club on YouTube. Oh yeah, J-Lo used to be with Ben. Oh yeah, she used to be with Ben Affleck too, and then he got with another Jennifer, right? Crazy. Okay, so let me look at Ben Affleck. Let's see what's going on with him right now, to why he would want to get back together with Ben Waffle. Autocorrect, are you serious? Ben Affleck. Thank you very much. Man, that's the only thing about having a MacBook, is that stupid autocorrect. Like, seriously? Okay, so let's look at Ben's chart real quick. See if there's any current transits that are making him feel like getting back with an ex. I mean, Venus retrograde, hey, that's a given right there for anybody getting back with an ex. But let's see. So he is rumored to be a Cancer rising. Where's Venus retrograde for him right now? That's in his 10th house of social status. Interesting. He does have a very social relationship. Their relationship has been very public, him and Jennifer Garner. So let me look at Jennifer Garner's chart really quick. Excuse me, and see what's going on with her. If Venus retrograde, like where it's affecting her. Okay, Jennifer Garner. She's an Aries. Interesting. Interesting. Let me look up her whole chart. Hold on. Okay, Jennifer Garner. She's an Aries sun. What else does she have in Aries? Let's see. Okay, so only her sun is in Aries, and Mercury. Mercury in Aries. Oh, so okay. So Venus retrograde is affecting her because she has Aries in her chart. And also they have her as a Cancer rising. But hey, you know what? A lot of times, I think I told you guys last week, astro theme, unless the celebrity themselves actually like tweeted their birth time, or they have a book that they wrote or someone wrote about them, that's like their mom wrote about them. Like, for example, Amy Winehouse's mom wrote about a book about her and said what time she was born. Unless it's something like that, I kind of take the astro theme, birth times and ascendants and stuff with a grain of salt. Okay, so but Jennifer Garner, yeah, she's got a lot of Gemini energy too. Gemini can kind of flip-flop back and forth with life, okay, and relationship. And she has Venus in Gemini. Venus and Mars together in Gemini, and a moon. So you know what? Yeah, she can definitely have a tendency to go back. She has it in her to go back to somebody. And then Aries for Ben, he doesn't have any planets in Aries. What about Libra? Nah. So yeah. Anyhow, they got back together. I'm pretty sure Venus retrograde has something to do with it. Maybe it's more on Jennifer's part because she is in Aries and she's got the planets in Aries. Okay, let's see. What else? Rob and Black China custody battle. Ooh, you know what? How about I save that for next week because I really want to dive into that. I have been looking into Rob Kardashian and Black China's synastry for a little while, just because I worry about Rob Kardashian because he is Pisces. And I tend to watch Pisces people a little closely because they get very emotional, and he's had some bouts with some serious emotional issues and some mental issues. So I like to watch those people closely, you know, not like just, oh, I'm eating popcorn and drinking tea, watching them like, ooh, drama. But like I worry as a Pisces moon, I actually worry about humanity, even celebrities. And that's one thing that I strongly feel too, guys, is that celebrities, I feel like, not only do they need a publicist, but they all need an astrologer too. I think every celebrity or public figure should have an astrologer on hand that they consult with. You know, so when they go through certain transits, they can be directed of, hey, this is not the best time to go out in the media and do this, or album release times, or, you know, a release of any type of project that they're doing, or make this speech or whatever. Like, hey, you may want to stay off of Instagram or Snapchat for a little while. You know what I mean? Like, I think celebrities kind of need that type of guidance. So that's why I watch a lot of celebs too. But yeah, Rob and China, I'll look into them, you guys. I'll take that suggestion and look into them next week. But anyhow, yes, I'm a Pisces moon. So I will take a couple questions and then I will sign off for the morning and see you guys again next Friday. Okay, I think somebody had a question. I'm going back in the chat really quick. I think somebody had a question. Okay, la 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 la. Should you dump someone during Venus retrograde, Venusian Valentine? Should you? You know what? Honestly, I mean, astrology or not, that's really up to you. But usually Venus retrograde, you are feeling some type of way for a reason. You're going back over the reasons why you feel like this relationship may or may not work. You're reviewing your value. Are you being valued in a relationship? And is this other person, do they feel that too? And then Venus is all about a mutual exchange of energy and love and, you know, and things like that. So if things are off balance, Venus retrograde will kind of point that out. You know what I mean? Especially being in Aries right now, it's going to be quick to point that out, like impulsively. So I would say, you know, Venus retrograde, yeah, like it can be a time where you do that type of thing, but excuse me. But take a very good review. Don't do anything impulsive. You know what I mean? Don't do it on impulse. But just kind of review things in the relationship and make a wise decision, and maybe try and wait until Venus moves out of being retrograde. That's what my recommendation would be for that question, is to try and wait. But if you can't wait, if things have to be separated for the sake of your sanity, your health, everything, then by all means go for it, you know. And hey, it may be like reviewed again once Venus goes forward, but once again, that's really up to you. And it depends on your particular chart too, you know. So what else? Which signs have been read already? Oh, you must have came in late. I read all the signs for Mars in Taurus, and I did also go over the moon in Virgo, guys, so you can watch the replay for that. Okay. Let's see. La 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 la. Is it good to have partner's sun as my moon and the partner having sun as your moon? Francisco, yes, it is. It really is, because that is a mutual exchange of energy, which brings a mutual understanding to one another. Definitely, it really is. Those are good points. Yeah, Venus in Scorpio is very fixed, very hard to let go. It really is. I really feel for Venus and Scorpio. I really do. I did a reading for Venus and Scorpio the other day, and I didn't just look at astrology. I felt her energy, you know, and I pulled a lot of cards for her for more answers and more guidance for her, because it's so hard to let go. Venus and Scorpio has to do like rituals, like literally, for letting go. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's weekend astrology update / current events / coffee talk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and participating in the chat, talking to me, giving me suggestions. And if you're watching the recorded replay of this, leave some suggestions in the comments of any type of like celebrity things that you guys want me to look at what's going on with them currently. If anybody just broke up or got back together, I like to look at their astrology too and see, what is this going to last or is it not, and the reasons why. The day and time of the live programs, this is every Friday. Excuse me. I'm only going by US time, guys. It's 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is like LA, Washington State. 8:30 a.m. Mountain time, which is like Arizona. 9:30 a.m. Central time. I think Texas is on Central time. And then 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, which is like the East Coast, which is like, of course, New York. I love that accent. New York, New Jersey, the whole East Coast of the US. Yeah, that's where I live, right? Okay, yeah, the US. All right. So I'm signing off, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next Friday. Don't forget to leave suggestions in the comments. Bye. Peace. I'm going to sign off right this time. I'm going to do it right this time. All right. Where's the right screen I need to be in? Oh my gosh, that's not the right screen. Okay, I'll get it right. Hold on, guys. I am signing off. If you're still here, cool. If not, I'm just rambling because I'm trying to like sign off. Control room. That's not what I'm looking for. Open in a new window. Ah, that's not what I'm looking for. One day I'll get this right. I swear I will. Resume hangout on air. Here we go. Okay, now I'm signing off for real. All right, I got it. I got it, Google. Thank you. Okay, take me there. Okay, close this window. Jeez Louise. Okay, here we go. All right, peace out for reals. See you guys next week, next Friday.